The madness in the Olympic boxing category starts tomorrow when you will see a male-born athlete who competes against a female. And in the video, you will obviously see one of the male-born athletes, which is Lin Yu Ting, who seems to be taller and stronger than a woman and is going to be trying to get Olympic goals. How did this happen in the first place? That's the question. What rules, what regulations allowed this to occur? Well, it all stemmed back to November 2021 when the International Olympic Committee released a framework on fairness, inclusion, and non-discrimination on the basis of gender identity and sex variation. That framework set out the rules for participation in the Olympic sports. Now, in the initial part of the framework, section 1, it has a lot of language about gender identity. For example, it states that 1.3 says sports organizations should work together to advance inclusion and prevent discrimination based on gender identity and or sex variations. Interesting. And the crux, the important part of the rules in this regard is section 3, which states under 3.1 and 3.2 that eligibility criteria should be established and implemented fairly in a manner that does not systematically exclude athletes from competition based on their gender identity or sex variations. What does that mean? What does that mean? It means that they're saying that even if an athlete was biologically born part of one particular gender or sex, they should not be excluded from participation necessarily. 3.2 further expounds on that, saying that provided they meet eligibility criteria, then the athlete should be allowed to compete in the category that best aligns with their self-determined gender identity. These rules are exactly why you get a situation where you get a boxer who was born as a male and is competing against females. It's already been said by several different people that there is a lot of risk involved, given the fact that boxing is such a harsh sport in which the participants are trying to incapacitate each other. They're trying to knock each other unconscious. And it's also interesting that whilst there are some protests from professional athletes, athletes that are outside of the Olympic sport itself, from the countries competing, there is more of a muted response. They're not really clamoring for this rule to be disbanded. They're not saying anything about cancelling this rule. They don't appear to be trying to interpose themselves in this complete and utter scandal and debacle. From a legal standpoint, it's going to raise a lot of issues, especially if somebody gets seriously hurt, which I suspect they will. As somebody who has watched boxing for a very long time, I don't think this is going to end well in the long run. But as I said, the madness starts tomorrow, so let's see how this goes. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.